three. Good afternoon, everybody. Sorry, I got myself caught off a little off guard there. This is Ariane Olshansky. Welcome to the Pivot Interviews. Today we have Alison Fuller from Stella and Dot here to talk to us. Hi, Alison. Welcome.
Hello.
Hello. How are you today?
It's day. What day is it? I don't know what day it is, but it's a day.
It's a day.
It's a day. We just call them all day.
Alison, can you please tell us a little bit about yourself and Stella and Dot and your job there?
Yeah, absolutely. So my name is Alison Fuller. I'm lucky to be Ariane's cousin via marriage of my husband, Charles. And I live in Southern California, and I have been with Stella and Dot, which is a Northern California-based company, for 11 years. And we started as an accessories brand and have branched off into all sorts of different consumer products, bags, clothing, skincare, beauty products. And over the last 11 years, I not only sell for them, but I also coach and mentor a team that's all over the country. And I do it all from home. So I've been a work from home person for 11 years.
Wow, that's awesome. And what is the standard model for selling with Stella and Dot? How is this sort of changing? What did it look like before what you called the end of the world? I think
the day the world ended.
Yeah.
Well, it's fascinating in that, I look back over the last 11 years and, when I started, like Facebook was just getting started. There was no Instagram. There was no Instacart. There was the world was just very, very, very different. There was Amazon, but there was not Amazon Prime. All of the world that we know it was so very different back then. And so when we started, we were a in-home party company. So as a sales rep, I would go into women's homes, and the channel worked because at that time, jewelry, the cute stuff, was always behind the glass case. And so, if you remember back shopping in a mall, at that time, like you'd have to say to the woman, "Hello, will you help me? Can I look at this?" And she was basically angry when you would ask her and be like, "No, I don't want to do that." And she'd have to go find the key, and you'd have to wait for someone to find the key to open. So the channel worked to be in someone's home where women could touch it and feel it and play with it. And then the internet and online retail shopping happened. And over time, we have kind of evolved into really a 50-50 business to where customers would just shop online. And then sometimes customers would have that in-home shopping experience. And, we evolved to 50-50 of, that. And then this happened. And gradually over time, we've definitely had to evolve as a company because, to compete with online retailers and Amazon and just the shopping from the phone, our thumbs are going to be evolve as a human society being, where our thumbs are becoming much more mobile and able. Mm-hmm. And so we've definitely developed new technology. We've invested a ton in technology to where we've developed an app that people can share from and sell from and shop from, and really evolving as a digital platform for doing business. So I feel very grateful that we have the ability to really shift as fast as we have in this new, economy and market, because we have been digital and we have been mobile, and I live on Zoom and have lived on Zoom. It's how we've communicated and worked and for years. And our consumer has been used to being able to shop online, and now that's just how we're doing it. And instead of going into someone's home for social time and connection, we're now doing it over Zoom and, bringing women together that way because, we all like to drink wine and shop with our friends still.
Awesome. So the party just continues.
We'll find ways. Women will find ways to be together and shop. Yes.
Right. So it sounds like Stella and Dot as a corporation was kind of beautifully positioned for this situation to happen, which is awesome. I know you have many stylists on your team and who report to you basically and who you coach. What are you seeing as their biggest challenges right now? Like sort of thematically, like what are their biggest
well, I think you can be as any business could have been as poised as you could possibly be, but the world is just a different place, so you think of a restaurant that was booming and had food on the shelves and had great service staff and had a great menu and had a great chef, and then this happened, and all preparedness doesn't prepare you for something like this when you are in a retail consumer business. And so we're as poised as we can be, but in a very different marketplace than what we're in. And having a sales force that, are volunteers, it's like no one has to sell anything. It's been interesting because now our field is predominantly female. And when you take, women who, if they worked outside of the home, they're now working their full-time job at home, but then they're also, if they have children, they're now the teacher. And if they have a family, they're also the teacher and the chef and the laundry and the entertainer. And so, demands on time are, yes, we're all home. It's like, oh, again, what day is it? 'Cause there's and for me, I've always worked from home, but my children were at school, and I've been able to work it around their schedules. So no one is getting out of this without having to adjust and pivot and shift and do things because it all looks very differently. So you take that human experience that's like, holy crap, what day is it and what time is it and what do I wear? Do I even bother wearing anything today?
We'll wear something. Yeah, maybe you want to wear something, but what? Or maybe not if you really want the attention.
Right. My kids would be like, Mom, what is happening? But then you have just consumer spending is different. So, we're, if you're not going anywhere, like having statement earrings is not, and, cute jewelry, great accessories, bags. I mean, we're watching like the cutest bag next week. It's like, oh, no one has anywhere to go. like you want to take that bag somewhere. But as a platform that we are, we have amazing skincare products and beauty products, and the self-care industry is, consumers are spending self-care. You think of, think about your Instagram feed. It's like manicure sets and facials and lounge wear and all of those. They're called sanity products. So we're able to still sell in that arena. And then gifting. So, Mother's Day is still going to happen. Easter is still good. Birthdays are still happening. Graduations are, there's still people who need gifts. And so, help our sales force, stay present and go to work from home amidst the chaos has been our biggest focus right now.
Yeah. Well, you seem, just energetically, you seem very upbeat and very optimistic, which I know is sort of your general state of being, having known you forever, which I love about you, but you are human. And so I would like to know, like, what is keeping you up at night? Is there anything that's like keeping you up? Are you sleeping like a baby?
Oh, dude.
Are you sleeping at all?
Yeah. I think,
yeah.
I think in the, if I like look back over these last 4 weeks and, at first it was, oh, we got this. It's 2 weeks. We're going to be fine. It was like very much that sprint mentality. And so it was kind of like all fun and games, like the memes and the jokes. It was like, okay, this is hilarious. And now this is really the new normal, and, hunkering down for what this marathon looks like. As I look at my hair and the bowl on my head, let's just see. I mean, It's like, I don't even know what to do about that.
Yeah.
And so I've, the self-reflection of just allowing for, grace. It's like, I'm not, yes, I cleaned out my pantry and I cleaned out my closet and I did all these things. And now I'm like, oh, I just really want to sleep or just lay and do nothing.
Yeah.
And I think that roller coaster of emotion is just the human part of it. I would not say that I am like we had this amazing social life. We're not, we weren't, I don't know, but everything we did in our life was very social. We have kids that played lots of sports. So I have a senior in high school and a 7th grader and a 5th grader. And I probably should have said that when I introduced myself, but so right. Like all of our senior plays competitive volleyball, so volleyball tournaments and the travel football volleyball. My middle school, my 7th grader also plays volleyball, and so the practices and the pickups and the play dates and then our youngest plays all the sports, but it's baseball season, and so we would be at the baseball field 2-3 nights a week and with all of our friends. So when you remove all of that, just the social part of it's lonely. Like it's lonely. It's weird. Like it's weird when, I wouldn't, all of that energy of not having those people around you and being able, like, that's been the hardest. So I've decided to like rename it as like, we're not social distancing, we're just physical distancing because we're social beings. Like to not connect with people feels very lonely. And so I've been trying to just talk to the people I really want to talk to, call the people I really want to call, spend time with them, just looks different. And then encouraging the kids to do the same has been, so that because they're social people too, can't just stare at the device all day.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's kind of, you're absolutely right. It can be really feeling isolating. You can feel alone. It's amazing how much that just our lives are, our busyness, can create distraction from really being in touch with ourselves and like who we are when we're alone. Do we even like ourselves when we're alone? Do we even like to be alone? It's really an interesting exercise in who we are. And on that note, I wanted to know if there's anything that you've learned about yourself during this quarantine time that's been kind of surprising that you didn't realize you like a characteristic or a quality or a talent, perhaps, that you didn't know that just like it's a quarantine talent. You had no idea.
Yeah. It's funny. I've never really watched a ton of TV. Like I've just never, because we've been just very busy, careers and families and I in the past couple of years I've like binge watched certain shows and when Netflix became a thing, it was like maybe I'll dive into that. So I guess a couple of years ago started watching and people are talking about like the number of shows they've been watching, and it's like the weirdest. I haven't even really wanted to watch TV. Like I'll watch a little bit at night, but again, after you feed the children, teach the children, work, feed them again, work, feed them again, do laundry. Like at the end of the day, I'm just like, but I have been enjoying cooking. Like I think that's been a great outlet because got the time, so might as well. We did buy one of those sanity products. We bought an air fryer. Nice. So trying new things in the kitchen.
Yeah. Awesome.
And I think that's, if we come out of this having learned something new, but I think that's important for everyone. But this isn't like a time that we have to be hard on ourselves to go and accomplish a ton of stuff. And if our kids can be happy and healthy and fed and remember that we did TikToks and we played Uno, we play lots of Uno.
Yeah, lots of Uno. Love Uno.
Mm-hmm. Lots of Uno.
Mm-hmm. And Yahtzee.
Oh, Yahtzee. I haven't.
See, ugh,
Yahtzee.
go for Yahtzee. It's the best. Math strategy. It's fabulous.
Dude.
Yeah.
Hey,
For the whole
Amazon might get another
There you go.
vanity purchase for me.
Yep,
Like,
there you go.
like,
You can get it on your device too, but yeah.
Oh, they have it on your device? See, that's, wow.
Yeah.
Can I do?
Yeah.
Really?
Be friends, yes. I'm Miss America. You have to find me at Miss America.
Okay.
MS America. That's left over from Paris. My friends in Paris used to call me Miss America. So
Miss
that can occasionally be my handle.
If I want to know where to find you, I'll just search America.
So anyways, Al, just my last question for you is, well, actually my second to last question is, what lesson have you learned from this quarantine overall?
I think the slower pace has been really fascinating to me of and I, and I will, there will be things that I don't go back and do at, once this is all over, like, and um
Like,
I
for
mean,
example,
I planted a garden, for God's sakes, like, and I've slept in on the weekends, like, I mean, things that like I haven't ever done in my life. And I think that allowing those slower times, when you're forced to do it, at first it was weird, but now it's like, oh, this feels kind of good to just do nothing, or little symbols that you just, so I I'm very curious what the world will look like after all of this. Like, seeing the canals in Italy be blue again, and the skies in China not having so much smog. Like, uh, it will be very fascinating to see as just a humanity what end up as on the other side, if because no one out of this, it's like everyone is impacted by it. And you look back to like the housing crash of 2008, there's other things that have happened in our country and in our world, but not everyone was impacted. 9/11, like not everyone was impacted the same way, whereas this, it's like we're all in this boat. And on the outside of that, when you have people that learn and reflect on that, it's going to be a cool time in history, I think.
Yeah, I completely agree with you, Al. I love that. How can we support you? You, your family, Stella and Dot, like, buy jewelry?
Well, or skincare or a gift.
Skincare, I do. I use every day.
Yes, you do.
I love it. I really love it.
That's, keeping the lights on. I think that's I share with my team. It's like people are going to buy things that are necessary, and so they're going to be, and they're going to still want to give gifts when they can. So our job is just to stay relevant in their minds, because when we come back the other side and we can all be around each other, we're going to have a big freaking hug. Number one. And we will get back to normalcy, but right now it's just a matter of staying relevant and doing all we can. So like right now I have a fund going on, Hope for Healthcare Workers. So we're, there's all sorts of fundraisers that you'll see Stella and Dot ambassadors doing. And so I would say, if you're watching this and you see a Stella and Dot ambassador that's doing something to give to somebody else, support them in that, because I think that's the world is being called to really shower our health workers, our grocers. My sister runs a Trader Joe's. I mean, they didn't sign up. Like when you went to work for Trader Joe's or a grocery store, like you didn't sign up to be on lines of a pandemic. And that's what they're doing right now. And, really, finding a way to, share gratitude with those sorts of people. And if you want to buy it from the Stella and Dot ambassador, that would be good.
Awesome. Well, Al, thank you so much for your time and your insight and your feedback and all of your just fabulous energy and just amazingness. I love you so much. Thank you,
I
Al.
love you too. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. All right, we'll talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.